Assalamualaikum and greetings to everyone. My name is Syaza Afeena binti Roshairee and I am one of the Nestle's Malaysia company's account executive. Before we begin, I would like to provide a brief summary of the material that will be discussed in this presentation. This presentation is divided into two parts, labeled Part A and Part B respectively. Part A is devoted to segmental reporting, and in this section, we will discuss the company's history as well as the management team's strategy. The segmental report will then be presented, followed by a conclusion. Regarding Part B, we will explain the basis of preparation and the accounting policies, the various types of interim reports, and the period for both the current and comparative statement within the context of the interim report. Last but not least, the suggested adjustment and its impact. Nestle Malaysia Sendian Berhad is a Malaysian company specializing in nutritional, health and wellness products. The manufacturing of the consumer good is at the heart of Nestle industry activities. Additionally, Nestle is responsible for marketing and sales of nutritional, healthy and other products such as powder and liquid milk, powder and liquid drinks, juices, ice cream and instant noodles. Other than that, Nestle Malaysia Berhad is comprised of three subsidiaries, which are Nestle Products Sendian Berhad, Nestle Manufacturing Malaysia Sendian Berhad, and Nestle ASEAN Malaysia Sendian Berhad. With the reference to the slide, this is a brief history of Nestle Malaysia, which was established in the year 1866 by the Angela Swiss Condensed Milk Company, a Swiss company where its headquarters located in Switzerland. Then, in year 1867, Henry Nestle, who is the founder of Nestle and a pharmacist who was born in Germany, created Vereinlacti, which translates to flour with milk, for infants who are unable to breastfeed with the intention of lowering the high mortality rates. Then, in year 1912, Nestle established its first commercial operation in Penang, Malaysia, under the name Angelo Swiss Condensed Milk Company. Lastly, in the year 1939, Nestle moved its headquarters to Kuala Lumpur as a direct result of the continued growth and expansion of the company. That concludes the information regarding the history of the company.
Assalamualaikum and hi. I am FARA SUHAIDA SHARIFF, one of the account executive at Nestle Berhad. I will present on the Nestle management approach on segment reporting. We are organized into operating segments based on our product and services, which are independently managed by the respective segments manager responsible for the performance of the respective segment under their charge. The segment manager report directly to the management of the group, who regularly review the segment result in order to allocate resources to the segments and to assess segment performance. In terms of type, we have two reportable operating segments, which is food and beverage, and others, which include nutrition, Nestle Professional, Nestle Health Science, and Nespresso. All these are grouped together as the other segment. Chief Operating Decision Maker on Nestle Financial Statement. Okay, performance is measured based on segment operating profit as included in the internal management report that are reviewed by the Nestle Executive Board, who is the Nestle Chief Operating Decision Maker.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ROSLIN binti Nikman. I'm also the one of a new account executive at Nestle. Now, we have reproduced a segmental report for Nestle. we have 5 segments, and from the 5 segments we have divided into 2 categories segment. First one, reportable segments, and second one, non-reportable segments. In reportable segment, there are 4 segments. First one, food and beverages. Second one, nutrition. Third one, Nestle professionals. And last one, Nestle health science. For non-reportable segment, we have choose the Nespresso for non-reportable segment. Now, let me explain the process to identify the reportable segments or non-reportable segments. There are 2 processes to identify the reportable segments. First one by 10% threshold test. Second one by 75% threshold test. In 10% threshold test, there are 3 quantitative thresholds. First one by using revenue. Second one, results or profits. And third one by assets. By using revenue, revenue from sales to external customers and inter-segment sales is 10% or more. By using result or profits, absolute amount of the segments reported is 10% or more. And by using assets, the segment assets are 10% or more of the total assets of all operating segments. For reporting purpose, a reportable segment is one that meets any one of the three quantitative threshold. Now, let me move to the 75% threshold test. After determining the reportable segments, the entity should ensure that the total external revenue attributable to those reportable segments is at least 75% of the entity's total revenue. Refer to the table 10% threshold test. There are 5 operating segments. From the 5 operating segments, 4 segments show state reportable segment, which is food and beverages 28%, nutrition 19.7%, Nestle professionals 21.6%, and Nestle health science 18.5%. The Nespresso is non-reportable segment because the percentage of total revenue is 9%, not reach the 10% rules. As a result or conclusion, operating segments for food and beverages, nutrition, Nestle professionals, and Nestle health science are meet the 10% threshold criteria and known as reportable segments. Operating segment for Nespresso only 9% combined revenue of the segment. So the segment not meet the criteria of 10% threshold and known as the non-reportable segment. Now, let me move to the second test, 75% threshold test. The formula for this test is total external revenue of reportable segment divided with total external revenue. Refer to the segmental report before this. The total external revenue of reportable segments is 4,132,102, and the total external revenue amounting 4,773,462 and multiply with 100. So the result shows 87%. As a result of conclusions, the percentage of total external revenue reportable segments more than 75% threshold, which is reported 87%. And the result meet the criteria 75% threshold test. Now, I will show the new segmental report. The new segmental report contains 5 segments, which is 4 reportable segment and 1 non-reportable segment. From the 4 reportable segments, they are divided into 2 categories. First, reportable operating segments contain food and beverages and other reportable segment of contains 3 segments, which is nutrition, Nestle Professionals, and Nestle Health Science. The non-reportable segment contains segment Nespresso. From the table, the total revenue for all segments are 6,019,686 and the consolidated profit before tax amounting 6,593,722.
As a conclusion to this segmental reporting presentation, I would like to share the advantages and also the disadvantages of having a segmental report. Okay, company use segment reporting to document their performance of different areas of the business. Some businesses are required to meet national and international accounting standards. Others do it on their own to show which segment are performing to expectation and which are not. The advantages and disadvantages depend on how the information is used. Okay, let's look into their benefit first. Advantages of segment reporting. First, transparency and better insight. We got better evaluation on the sustainability and growth of a company. Better predictor of profitability. Enable users of financial statement to be better able to predict the future profitability of an organization, particularly where segments are involved in diverse activity. And third, lower cost of capital. Theoretically, the risk for investment in equity of company that disclose complete information is lower than that of investment in equity of company that withhold information. Okay, then what are their disadvantages? First, emphasis on the present. Segment reporting can place too much of a focus on short-term numbers. And the second one, data manipulation. Segment reporting lends itself to data manipulation if the information is reported in the true management style.
Regarding the basis of preparation of the interim report, it has been prepared in accordance with the applicable disclosure provision of the listing requirement of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad, MFRS 134, Interim Financial Reporting in Malaysia and International Financial Reporting Standards. This refers to the foundation upon which the report was compiled. It should be read in conjunction with the group's consolidated financial statement for the year ending December 31st, 2020, as it does not contain all the information required for complete annual financial statement. In terms of accounting policies, the applicable disclosure provision stipulates that the interim financial statement employs the same accounting policies as the annual financial statement. If accounting policies change in the third quarter, Nestle Malaysia Berhad will have to make adjustment to the current interim financial statement for the first and second quarters. Nestle Malaysia Berhad uses estimates in accordance with its accounting policies when calculating the recoverable amount of the CGU for the goodwill impairment test, the lease term of the contract with renewal and termination option, and the measurement of ECL.
Types of interim reports of our company, Nestle, are quarterly basis. A quarter is a 3-month period on a company's financial calendar that acts as a basis for periodic financial report and the paying of dividends. A quarter refers to 1/4 of a year and is typically expresses as quarter 1 for the first quarter, quarter 2 for the second quarter, and so forth. Okay, refer to my slide. First quarter, January to March, 3 months. Second quarter, April to June, 3 months. Third quarter, start from July to September, which is 3 months. And fourth quarter, start from October to December, 3 months. For the period for the current and comparative statement, you can see my slide that are show the financial statement, which is statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for the year ended 31st December 2021 cumulative, statement of financial position, statement of change in equity, and statement of cash flow, which is show in my slide in table period, current interim financial statement, and also period and comparative interim financial statement. Okay, we can see that for the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, current interim financial statement is 1st October 2021 to 31st December 2021, and the comparative interim financial statement is start from 1st October 2020 to 31st December 2020. Okay, then for statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for the year ended 31st December 2021 cumulative, current interim financial statement is start from 1st January 2021 to 31st December 2021, and for the comparative interim financial statement is start from 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020. And for the statement of financial position, statement of change in equity, and as well as statement of cash flow, the current interim financial statement is same 1st January 2021 to 31st December 2021, and the comparative interim financial statement is same as the 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020 to the all statement.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NURATIQAH. I'm one of account executive at Nestle Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Okay, for the adjustment that's made by Nestle Malaysia Berhad, which they have two adjustments that I will discuss today. The first is at the end of quarter, Nestle Malaysia Berhad had bought a few of the assets, total amounting to 275,758,000, and disposed fixed asset total amount to 6,192. Okay, the second adjustment that Nestle made is the director proposed for the dividend to increase the dividend for the third interim. Now I will show you before the financial statement position, before the adjustment take up, and after the adjustment take up. Before the adjustment take up, the property, plant and equipment is 1,534,268, which is the total non-current asset will become 1,844,893, and the total asset will become 2,984,831. Okay. After the adjustment, we take up the adjustment for the property, plant and equipment, which is have the increase of fixed asset, and company also dispose the fixed asset. The property, plant and equipment become 1,802,834 ringgit, and the total non-current asset become 2,113,459, and the total asset will be increased because of the increase of fixed assets, we become 3,253,397. Okay, for the second adjustment, which is the director proposed the dividend of 102 cent per share at the third interim. So the before adjustment dividend paid only 544,040, but after the increase of dividend for the first interim, it be 70 cent per share. For dividend, second interim is 70 cents, same as a first interim, and before adjustment, third interim should be 92 cents. But after the adjustment, the third interim will become 102 cents. So the dividend paid after the interim will be 647,350. That's all from me. Thank you.